last year it was Trey Lance that you weren't allowed to talk about. They didn't utter his name. This year, it's as if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't exist. Maybe that doesn't surprise you, but it just seems like the Niners are really committing to this. They're like, yeah, he could come back for training camp. We're not ruling it out. We might have a quarterback competition, but actually we're not going to talk about him. It's as if he doesn't exist, and let's tell you all the things we like about Trey Lance. So this makes me feel like, to your point, I'm probably going to lose that bet with my dad, and Jimmy's probably not going to be on this team. He's probably never going to put a jersey on, step on the field ever again. Doesn't seem like it.
No, it doesn't. It sounds very much like he's going to move on. I was watching an interview with Brock Purdy that he did from a few weeks back, and Purdy was asked, hey, have you met the quarterbacks? He's like, yeah, I have met the quarterbacks. And they're like, who have you met? Well, I met Trey, and I met Sudfeld. And then have you met Jimmy? No, I haven't.
He's like, who? What?
Yeah, he's like, no. He said it in a way like it's like he was saying, I haven't met Jimmy, and I don't plan to meet Jimmy.
Exactly. Same thing. I mean? Same. A couple of days later, or a couple of weeks later, with Brian Greasy. Have you talked to Jimmy? No. End of answer. Like, right. Okay. So if no one's talking to him and he's totally disconnected from the team, are you really just going to bring him back at training camp after Trey Lance just, by all accounts, blew everyone away in practice the last couple of weeks? Why would you do that? So yeah, it seems like somehow the Niners are going to get out of this. I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe it's going to be like they're going to swap 6th round picks with a team. That's what something like that. Swap 6. I
mean, it is so bizarre because it sounds like, is he going to Seattle? Is he not going to Seattle? Well, Louis Riddick talked this week about how he'd be the perfect fit in Seattle. And is it possible that that's why they're holding on to him at this point, just because they know he's going to Seattle? And why give him to Seattle in May when you can give him to Seattle in July and have the 2 months, on your ledger instead of theirs? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, but that or Cleveland as a replacement for Deshaun Watson, but even the finances don't make sense there. I don't know where he's going, but Kyle's maintained publicly multiple times that he will not be released, right? I mean, he's made that point. I don't know.
He said it over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that means you either have an agreed to deal of some degree for probably a day 3 pick or some day 3 pick swap or some player. There must be some deal agreed to already for a nominal price. Otherwise, I can't imagine they're going to get any significant price, but I can't imagine he'll be released after the stances they've taken.
Let's go back to your first point that the Niners might be afraid that the Seahawks would sign Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm a jerk, but from my standpoint, I would want the Seahawks to sign Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'd be like, you have to play him. Please play Jimmy Garoppolo. That's who we want to see. I mean, look, I know Jimmy Garoppolo has done some good things, but if any team knows how to shut down Jimmy Garoppolo, it's the Niners. I've seen him do it in practice over and over and over. I've seen Fred Warner intercept Jimmy Garoppolo dozens of times. So, yeah, I think there's worse things that could happen than the Seahawks can.
Well, that's one way to look at it, but look at it this way. What if he goes to Seattle and plays well? Now you look bad on 2 fronts. Lynch looks bad because he didn't get anything for a player who's now succeeding against him. And Kyle and the offensive coaches kind of look bad because Pete and their offensive coaches are getting more out of Jimmy than they could get out of Jimmy. So to me, it's a double lose if he goes to Seattle and they get nothing in return. If he goes there and plays well.
It would be quite dramatic.
Yeah. In
the division, cast aside, picked up by the Seahawks, outplays Trey Lance, that can't happen. Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't think it would happen. I mean, what's more likely to happen is he goes there, he's a starting quarterback, he gets hurt week 1, and they're down to Drew Lock, just like they were beforehand. Sorry. I'm just saying what's most likely.
True, but they do have Kenneth Walker. They do have they did draft some bookend tackles. They did have a decent draft. They do have Lockett. They do have Metcalf. They do have some weapons. And it's like, it's not like Jimmy would go there with nothing. He wouldn't be bare. He would have some talent surrounding him.
How long before DK Metcalf just completely loses it with Jimmy?
There's no downfield passing attack to speak of. He just stops running those routes.
Oh, my God, I really want this to happen. Please, football gods, make Jimmy 1 year Seattle. We don't ask for much. It would be great.
It would be great for talking points.